One step a night. That's the leap of faith I wish someone had told me about when I was sitting at the kitchen table at 9 p.m, exhausted from work, with 47 browser tabs open and zero clarity. The people actually building residual income after hours aren't doing any more than you. They're just solving one real problem for one real person before they go to bed. That's how you start an online business. Not with some grand master plan, not with $1,000 course and 6 different software tools. One step, one night at a time. But here's what nobody talks about. The thing that keeps most people stuck isn't lack of information. It's the opposite. It's too much information. YouTube says drop shipping. TikTok says sell digital products. Your cousin says crypto. Your co-worker just launched a podcast and swears it's the future. You sit down after a long day, open your laptop and just freeze. Because how do you pick? How do you pick? How do you know which one is actually right? And the longer you sit there hunting for the next perfect business, the more exhausted you get, the more impossible it feels. You start thinking maybe this isn't for you. Maybe the people who actually build something online are smarter, luckier, or have some advantage you don't. They didn't. I promise you, they didn't. Here's where it gets interesting. The difference between people who build something and people who stay stuck isn't talent. It's not luck. It's that at some point, the people who made it stopped hunting for the perfect business and started building one real skill. And that skill is simple. Choosing one specific problem you can help real people solve. That's it. That's the foundation everything else is built on. Most beginners go looking for the perfect model before they've even learnt how to build one. They want the vehicle before they know how to drive. So step one, before you buy a single tool, before you watch another tutorial, before you do anything else, answer this question. What is one problem I can help someone solve? A real problem. Not something you think sounds profitable, something you've actually experienced, or something you generally understand because you've lived through it. Maybe you figure out how to meal prep for a family of 4 on $50 a week. Maybe you learnt how to manage anxiety without medication. Maybe you know how to train for a marathon when you're over 40. Whatever it is, pick one specific problem and write it down in a sentence before you close your laptop tonight. One sentence is more valuable than another 3 hours of research. Now here's the part most people skip, and it's the reason most online businesses never make a single dollar. You need to understand who you're helping before you create content, before you buy tools, and before you do anything. Who is the person specifically? Not just a vague idea, but a real human being. What are they Googling at 11 p.m? What have they already tried and didn't work? For free, YouTube guides, the apps, the advice from friends. And why did those things fall short? When you can answer those questions in detail, everything you create actually lands. Every post, every video, every email means something to a real person instead of disappearing into the noise. Think about it. You've got maybe 1 hour a night. after your 9 to 5? Maybe less. You can't afford to scatter those hours across 5 platforms, posting random content and hoping someone sticks. That's not a strategy, that's a lottery ticket. Here's what you do instead. Pick one platform, one traffic source, learn it cold before you add anything else. If you like writing, maybe that's a blog or a newsletter. If you like talking, maybe it's YouTube or a podcast. If you like short form, maybe it's Reels or TikTok. Doesn't matter which one. What matters is that you pick one and go all in. Because when you master one platform, that single evening hour starts to compound. Every night you show up, you get a little better. Your content gets sharper. You start understanding what your audience actually responds to, which headline stops the scroll, which topics generate replies, which videos gets watched, all the way through. But when you're bouncing between 5 apps every night, nothing compounds. You're starting over every single time. You never get far enough down the road to see where it actually leads somewhere. And while you're showing up on one platform, here's something most beginners don't realise until it's too late. Build an email list from day one. Not when you have thousands of followers, not when you feel ready, now. Every other platform, you're renting space. The algorithm changes. Your reach disappears overnight. One platform, update, and the audience you spent months building can evaporate. But your email list is yours. Nobody can take that away. A list of 200 people who generally trust is worth more than 10,000 followers who barely know your name. I know what you're thinking. Who's going to sign up? I don't even have an audience yet. Fair? But this is where consistency becomes everything. You show up with helpful content even when nobody's watching. You build trust by educating people, not by constantly selling. You solve problems. You share what you know. You treat every single person who shows up like they matter to you, because they do. The person who found your post at midnight because they typed in exactly the problem you wrote about. That person is real. Help them. I'll be honest with you. A friend recommended something to me a while back and I almost brushed it off. I'd seen things come and go, but I looked into it, saw the potential and went all in. What fired me up wasn't some overnight success story, it was the idea that I could build something step by step, something real, something that could eventually let me cut back from working full time and actually spend time with my family. That's what keeps me going. Not hype, not some flashy promise, just the quiet belief that showing up every night, even for 1 hour, is enough. And it is enough. But you have to expect slow progress and stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Every successful online business you see today started with small wins that stacked quietly before anything looked impressive. Nobody saw first 6 months. Nobody saw the late nights, the posts that got 0 engagements, the emails that went to a list of 11 people. But those 11 people mattered. Those small wins mattered. They were proof that the process worked. Not proof of some big result, but proof that real people were finding the content, reading it, trusting it. That's the foundation for everything that comes after. So here's the one thing I want you to hold on to from this video. An online business isn't built finding a perfect opportunity. It's built by consistently solving a specific real problem for a specific real person, one step at a time. Tonight, that step is writing down one problem you understand better than most people. Tomorrow night, it's describing in 2 or 3 sentences exactly who struggles with the problem and what they're already tried. The night after that, you pick your one platform. That's it. Small, specific actions that stack. The money follows the value. Focus on solving real problems, focus on building real relationships, and the rest starts to fall into place. Speaking of systems that support that kind of consistent, one step at a time approach, if you want a done for you sales system working in the background while you focus on showing up and adding value, check out the turnkey residual income system at bigresidual.com. It's built to handle the selling side all around the clock, so your 1 hour a night can go entirely towards building something real. The link is